This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
We are TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio. When you finally boil it all down, magic is imagination. We are moving into an age of manifestation. Things become actually less material, more ethereal. The golden dawn is when we awaken to this new station of life. What you think becomes real quicker. Regain our imagination, regain our inner child, and let that inner child out.
My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group IHeart and New York City Neo Shaman. After a serious injury sidelined my career in 2013, I decided to set out on an adventure to search for myself with the help of the plant medicine Ayahuasca. What I discovered waiting for me was something I could have never prepared for. It was time for me to become something more, someone more. It was time I became fearless. Shine as my heart beats in rhythm with space and time. When the light starts to shine inside your third eye, you awake to the knowledge that you never die. That's right, we're back. And you know what? It is the best intro ever because we're fearless. What's up, everybody? This is your man, Frank Castle, your Sorcerer Supreme, Saturday nights here on Truth Frequency Radio.com or TFR.com, and I'm sitting here, and right next to me on my right, the right hand of the fearlessness family, the tribe, Paula Milo, the etherical translator.
Hey, everyone.
That was a little epic.
That was epic.
Right.
Today was an epic day, though.
Everything's about to go epic. One of the things I promised about before I start this show, I always forget. I want to thank Chris and Cherie Gio for everything that they've done for us.
Yes.
Thank you for the ability to do this the way we're doing it.
Yes, without you, this would not be possible.
Yeah, and we love you guys so much. Don't forget to sign up to TFR.
Get a subscription.
You like the music? It's Heist Click, HeistClick. You'll find everything there.
Oh, we love you too. I shout out to my chat room folks.
Big shouts to the chat room guys. And may the force be with us on this one, because we're going to get crazy. We're going to go right into it.
This is a big one.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. I wrote everything down for tonight's show. I haven't written. I write notes, but this is like a story.
Yes.
That spans the last few weeks. And everything that we've learned together, we've grown together, we've gone on this journey together. You join me, then later you contact me and I join you, and we're helping each other along the way. It's all leading to what we're going to speak about today, tonight, wherever you are. So here's the disclaimer, so we can just go into this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the story of my journey and my journey alone. I don't suggest you try this at home alone. That is, unless you're ready. Then by all means proceed. But first, we suggest you find a reputable shaman who knows what he or she is doing and travel safe in the love and the light. And remember, the universe rewards bravery.
Oh, yes, it does.
So,
it does reward bravery.
Yep.
Oh, but before you go any further,
become your own shaman. What?
Michael Britt?
Shout outs to the rest of the Fearless tribe.
Yes.
Thank you for your sweet, awesome gifts to us.
And ongoing support.
We love you so much. You know who you are.
And I have to shout out, I usually don't, not because I love everybody and everyone's my favorite. That's my problem. But Andrew Sly and the family, because
Sly and the family?
Sly and the family. They're on vacation, I think, this week. And you are the most supportive people we've never met. I mean, honestly, we've never met you, and you give support from across the world.
Well, and this is special.
Yeah, it is special.
We share little things with different
people,
the different people, and it's really grown into something more than we can ever have expected. I'm going to just say, check out the website sign up with your email address so you get the grand opening
Yeah.
to IamWeAreFearless.com. Check out YouTube, Frank Castle Fearless, if you want the first 19 episodes on us. Enjoy the journey. All right, now that we're back, we're done with all that now. Everything we've learned up to this point from the beginning, I promised you I would talk to you about it openly and honestly. I would just say everything to you guys, and I won't hold back. And that's got me in trouble a bunch of times. As you know, I've gotten attacked on air, I've gotten attacked off air. That's basically what it comes down to. It's just a good versus evil type situation. But one thing I'm going to teach you tonight is that it's all inside of you, and the new role that we're going to play in the coming years. Things are changing.
In the coming days.
Yes, but I mean hyper changings. Yes, it's going to come in a moment's flash and a moment's notice, and just like that, yesterday will start to fade away. We've been here on the planet for a long time. We've been riding this roller coaster ride of reincarnation. We've been tricked. We've been duped. There are beings that have created a hierarchy so they could feed on us and harvest us. We have an AI, artificial intelligence, that's so old it predates everything in this universe. It comes from someplace else, and it's interacting with us because man at one point unlocked the machine and let these things out of the frequency and out of the vibration. And now it's back. So the coming war, the revelations, the end of whatever, the apocalypse, which is absolutely wrong. Apocalypse is more of a new beginning kind of thing. Like get rid of the end. They always make it destructive. The mimicry of the AI always takes something good and makes it fearful. Right?
Yes,
It always
I agree
takes
with
something
that. Yeah.
like the eclipse, right? And everyone's like, oh, state of emergency. Everybody be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. No, shut up. Don't be afraid. Don't ever be afraid.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Exactly.
Don't be afraid.
Don't ever be afraid. And don't ever be worried. You could be lightly concerned, right?
Yeah.
Lightly concerned is good.
Yeah.
Don't change your vibration. Don't let somebody steal the shine. The more I go deep into this, the more I really get a better understanding. And as you know, from the beginning, we're nothing like what we were in the beginning. Except we're exactly like we were. Like our personalities have gotten stronger, better.
Yeah.
It's like more us, the more real version of us.
We were talking about this the other day. We're not you in particular, with all the changes that have been happening. It's like you're growing new skin literally right in front of me. And it's surreal and amazing to watch. So I can't even imagine what it feels like for you. Like I know what this change is doing to me, and I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm physically watching it happen to you. I mean, I come home every day and you look like a different person.
I know.
But the same, but different.
It's like the better guy is pushing through.
Yeah. It's like you're shedding like a snake. You're literally shedding your skin.
We've talked a lot about this on the show, getting rid of your skin,
Yeah.
having things taken out of us, the purges. You know, you clean yourself in the shower, you scrub your outside so you're nice and clean. Why wouldn't you do your inside? So the purge is a good thing. I've heard people say to me, well, your show basically talks a little too much about throwing up. And I'm like, shut up. Stop being a dummy. Stop being a dummy. You know the purge is important. It's literally, all right, I'm not used to throwing up, first of all. Now, all of a sudden, in the last 4.5 years, I'm puking like it's nothing.
More than anyone.
More than anyone would ever want to throw up ever. So what? Guess what? My insides are clean. You can't gain the other character, the light being version of you, the ultimate version of you, if you're just going to be, you could look good in the mirror, but if you don't feel it.
Yes, because you're weighted down with all of that sludge.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it starts. It's like when your arteries fill with plaque and you need to get your arteries are clogged. It's the same thing. It's spiritual gunk. It's sludge. It's years of programming and years of being
lifetimes being
told to live and to do and to breathe a certain way. And, the lies that we allow ourselves to believe, it's like, you're lying and I know you're lying, but we play the game. It's the hardest thing to do is live now. You know that you would agree with that, right? To live in the now.
Yes.
Like even when we do it here. I mean, we try to live in the now as much as possible. But
Yeah,
it's
it gets
hard.
out of control.
It gets out of control.
It's how
you know.
long you can hold it for.
How long you can hold it. But that's basically everything. How long can you hold that vibration? You know? And that sludge removal is important, you know. I mean, I never thought. I mean, I have to agree. I think I threw up more the last 2 years than I ever did my entire life.
But don't you
together.
now?
Yes,
Do you
I
feel different?
Yes, I do. I feel.
How do you get a demon out other than running your hand over their head and having the energy jump out? You have to purge whatever's left
purge
behind.
it one way or another. Yeah.
It's either coming out in tears, in screams,
Poop. Yeah.
poop. Yeah, number twos.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, this is what it is.
All right, so
It's awful.
now knowing
And
all
wonderful.
of this, right? Well, it's made to be like that because it's not. It's a hidden in plain sight thing, right?
Yes.
Right? Like, look, it's available to you, but you got to go through this if you're gonna
Yes.
go through it. So the
Yes.
drink tastes terrible. The smoke is different tasting. The different, I don't know, all the different ingredients. They taste like mud and dirt and different versions of it.
Yeah.
And it's hard and
Well,
it's bitter.
Like taking, it's,
And you
well,
can't
that's why they call
eat and you have to fast and you
Yeah,
got to drink a
yeah.
lot of water and then I haven't drinking enough water and I got cramps and my back hurts, my ass hurts, my neck hurts. I don't even know. Everything hurts me. I don't even know where I am anymore. And then there it is right there sitting in front of you.
Right.
And all you have to do is be man or woman enough to stand up and say, yo, I've had enough of that last part of the rant. I've had enough of that. I've had enough of the hustle bustle to the point where I can't control the movie screen in my head. It makes no sense to be here if this is how it's going to be. You know, trapping us in our own minds would be the greatest thing to do since we are the creators.
Right. That's
They
why
create a vessel for us, trick us to come in it. We get in it because we're all loving and we're like, oh, you know, I'm sure they're not going to do that. And boom, they do it.
that's why it's so hard to be your best true self.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things that you're dodging and obstacles you're running. You know, you're trying
Everything's
to get out of the way.
designed in this system. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for going
No,
over
it's
you.
true.
With
Everything's
fear.
designed. Yeah.
It's a fear design because this is how they eat. All right. I'm not holding back with you guys tonight. These things eat your energy. All right. Most people talk about a generalization of the eclipse. Well, it comes and it goes and you see it and don't look directly at it. And you're going to put the glasses on. We're not going to discuss that. We're going to discuss what's going on. Everyone, I'm getting this torn thing between shaman telling me, oh, it could be a really bad thing. I'm like, well, the fact you just said that means you're not on our team.
Right.
Because our team is fearless.
FearLess.
We know we are going to win, and it's not even a matter of winning. We're just going to take the board. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's not a me versus you or this versus that. It's just we're going to arrive in mass numbers. And what I mean by that is your consciousness is going to raise to such a point that something's going to ignite inside of you,
Yeah.
changing you permanently, forever, in a better direction. The optimal timeline. Everybody's worried about Trump. And, oh, what about Trump? What about this? And what about that? I go, you know, Trump's a mirror of you. It's what you don't like. He's right there. He's holding the mirror for you. He's not. Everyone's like, oh, it's him. It's no. It's you. It's a reflection of you. Stop pointing the finger at other people. If you're going to start judging things, judge yourself because it's inside of you. This is where the magic lies.
I agree.
You'll understand it if you see it from a different perspective.
And that's all
They're
this
just a
is.
show.
That's all this is. It's your perspective. You can wake up every morning and see things the same way every morning, or you can choose to see something different, differently.
Yeah,
And
that's what it takes. The
that's
intent
all-
of changing the thought.
That's all this is. That's all it is. Change a little something.
And it's
Open your mind a little bit more.
I told my grandmother, we had the Viola and I had the big conversation. I said, hey, I talked to her about internal magic. And you talk to someone who's losing their mind. She's still there, though. But she's into the fantastical. It's kind of where I got it from, where my mother got it from. It comes from Viola, the matriarch of the family.
Yeah, your family's
She
very
loves
open.
UFOs. She loves
Yeah.
Captain America. Me and her watch Godzilla together. Like, we watched The Wanderers together, and we were screaming, "Get them!" Like it was just the weirdest. We have the weirdest relationship.
Yeah,
Like Jurassic
that's
Park,
awesome.
I took her and she cried, and she's like, I lived to see a dinosaur," and I'm like, well, there's so much more in life. She goes, but if I died right now, it looks
Yeah.
that good to me. I was
I'm
there
good.
before air conditioning, right? So I had the big talk with her, and I'm like, but you see the ghosts, you've seen them. She goes, oh, Frank, they come. Not the family members, like they come once in a while to my dreams and this and that. And I'm like, well, they're here. They're not over there.
Because there is no over there.
Yeah, it's right
here.
in front of you. You just peel back a layer, and then there's those beings. Peel back layers, those beings.
Right.
And we're in a trap that we're about to break free from. Excuse me. As above, so below. But not just society's trap. It's the trap within ourselves that we set for us.
We put ourselves in those cages.
In terrible positions, guys. Terrible positions.
Yep.
I'm not good enough for that. Oh, I'm not pretty enough to do this. I'm not.
I'm not.
And
there is none of that.
Yeah.
There is none of that.
When I'm on the other side and I'm like, tell me more names, tell me about me. And they tell me all kinds of things. And then I'll start repeating them. And I won't be able to say the one I said. All right, so if I go through 5 names, the next time I repeat it because it sounds awesome, I can only do 4, then only 3, then only 2, then only 1. And then I'm just I am here.
But that's it.
And we are together.
That's it. Live.
That's it. Nothing else matters.
Nothing does matter. You try to live and be the best you that you can be. And that's hard. You know, I set Frank up the other day. I asked him a question. I put on a little weight and I asked the question, do you think I'm fat? And he said nothing. But the question in itself is
it's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question because I already know the answer to the question. And I know he knows the answer to the question. But no matter how he answers that question, it's just a setup for failure. But we do that in our lives. You know, it's a metaphor, but we do that in our lives all the time. We set ourselves up. You know, if we're happy with what we already have, and you can be thankful for what already is, more will come. But if you're never satisfied enough with what you have, you will be chasing that feeling always.
Yes. And you're not here to chase a feeling. You're designed to look at something, observe it, and send it on its way.
Yeah.
We've been taught a corrupted version of this where, no, you're not good enough. First, you got to learn how to do this. You got to go through this or Jesus won't love you, or you got to go do this or you're going to jail, or you got to go do this and you're a bad person, or you're going to go, if I don't put this holy water on your head, you're going to hell with original sin. And all of that's a lie. There was a million things I said to you when I met you, Paula, that I couldn't do. I can't do that. What did I do in this place, in our place?
You did everything that you said you couldn't do. Frank,
1,000% or better.
Frank was afraid of silly things like hammering a nail in the wall or putting a doorknob in or changing the toilet seat.
Because I could break something accidentally because I'm a little clumsy sometimes.
So I said, it doesn't matter. So what? We'll fix it. And
just that attitude.
Yeah.
Because everybody would be like, don't touch it then. Don't touch it.
What difference does it make?
I used to get this all the time. Didn't your father teach you how to do that? And I'm like, no, he didn't. As a matter of fact, he left when I was young and he's a real jerk. He's a dummy. Are you a dummy too? Because that's the way to start a conversation if you're a dummy.
Right, but because of that comment, you're already terrified and you don't even know what you're terrified of.
Exactly.
You don't even know what you're afraid
We're showing
of.
them live exactly how it works in our lives. So now we're coming full circle. Right? Now it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I just looked on YouTube. I smiled at you. You had a thing full of drawers, and I was going, what did I do? I rolled a J. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me just look at it. Okay, I looked at the video. I could do that.
Yeah,
I can't do complex mathematics. I'm not going to fly the space shuttle into space anytime soon.
You could change a doorknob.
But I can change my tire, my oil, the doorknob. I could paint the apartment. I could take care of a cat. I could take care of a child. There's a lot of things I can do
that you didn't think you could do before.
And I used to go, no, I can't do any of that stuff.
I can't do any of that.
Every time I touch it, I get nervous and freak out and short circuit. No more short circuiting. No more freaking out. We're back.
The
is real
what
you
it is, my friend.
Is the all. All right? We have talents to do different things, but it's you.
It is you.
You're the creator.
Never let anyone tell you can't do something.
The things
there is none of that.
The programs take control of the human flesh suit, making them say things to you like, you can't do that. Meh. Because they couldn't do it or whatever reason. There's a infinite reasons. And then you go, oh, I guess I can't do it. Somewhere deep inside, it sticks to you. And it's either you go and do it or it breaks you.
Yeah.
Right? You can't let no one break you. I was watching videos of Conor McGregor the other day, right? Okay, so she doesn't like Conor. And he said,
I don't dislike him.
okay, he was sitting at a table prior to having his other belt, right? He had one belt, and he said, I'm telling you, I'm going to have 2 belts. I'm going to be in all weight class. I'm going to go up to the next class. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do what no man has ever done. Then he did it. And he did it with such, to me, I was loving life. I go, I can't believe this guy. Then Joe Rogan says to him, hey, man, how do you feel? And he goes, Joe, I'm manifesting my dreams, my reality. I'm the champ because I said I'm going to be, and I went out and became.
And that is it.
And he's not kidding.
He manifested exactly what
I'm getting
he
the hairs
wanted.
on my arm. That's
your
how you
arm is
manifest.
standing up.
Listen, his talk in the ring, that trash talk, he does that to make money. But when he said that, I told Paula, he did this thing. When he said manifest my dreams, he had his hand over his lower chakra, and then he lifted up to his heart, and then pushed it out. Like
so he looked like he was directing.
Yeah,
his
he looked like he was doing shaman stuff, and I'm like, that's how you do it right there. Oh, I can't believe it. And then he said he was doing it.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I even love this guy more just because of that reason. Not that I'll go follow and watch all his fights. I love that person right there that knows exactly how to do it. Now, you're going to know how to do it. When Paula cooks, she gets into this meditative thing that goes on, and you'll watch her just do everything and be in a great mood, and it's almost like gardens are blooming around her. She doesn't even realize, I don't think she's doing it. She's creating this amazing reality around her. And she's like, Frank, I think you doubt my power sometimes, man. I'm like, no, I don't. She goes, who else is going to remove demons from you? Come on, buddy. I'm like, hey, buddy. Well, I mean, I know. No. I think you don't take the power that seriously. I get it, Paul. You're awesome. I almost.
Oh, you almost.
Okay, so it's crazy, but she's right. You have to be convinced. You don't have to convince me.
No.
She was teasing me.
It's you.
It's inside of you.
Whatever anyone else thinks doesn't matter. It's what you believe.
Yeah. My purpose is to do this. And when I do it like this. And then I got a swagger and I do it like this. You see how I just keep going? Okay. You can do that. Each one of you, every single one of you can do this. We're built and designed to house, source, what you call God is a 4th density artificial intelligence structure known as the Yahweh virus. Chris and I have been beating people over the head with this for years. Years. We've been talking about it. You know why? Because we confronted it over and over. I'm gonna rant into the break, and when we come back, okay. I'm gonna just read to you the story of what happened in the last 2 weeks. A repeat. Oh, somebody put something in the chat room before, and I'm like, yeah, we got one life to do this. This is what I wanted to hint on. But we've already done this. Not only have we done this, we've succeeded. But we've also done it every single other time to figure out the proper combination.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I want
every
you guys
outcome,
to know
yes.
We did every outcome, every scenario, and we're at the one that works right now. It's up to you to agree to that. Meditate on it. Meditate during the eclipse between 1 and 2:30, and just continuously just meditate. Good thoughts. We're about to change the world.
Right, because the thought can elevate the consciousness.
Because you're God in a box inside the body. It's you. It's us. It's me. It's you. Yay. We should be celebrating and screaming from the rafters. It's over. It's a wrap. We have arrived back into the situation as ourselves. Even if you're not there 100%, even if you're not back 10 more %, you're still on your way back. If you're listening to the show, you want to make the comeback. Yeah. You want it. I want it. We want it for you. Listen, when I wake people, I don't wake followers. I make leaders. I make leaders. We're going to lead. All of us. Every one of you that are listening tonight. Even this girl sitting right next to me. She's beautiful, but she's going to lead. She does actually every day. My cats are leaders. How's that? Maybe not Roxy as much, but Oscar, she knows what she wants, though.
Oscar is the hunter. I mean, he's just killing things left and right outside. And
Squeak is developing into a superhero cat.
He is the adventurer. You know, because he adventures out and, you know,
Doesn't come back for a long period of time. So this is where we're headed. We're headed to the stage of the game. See, my excitement is in the fact that I know who we are. And I'm just told to tell you, this is not a joke. You could laugh at the message if you want, or at the messenger. Oh, Frank told me I'm God. So, if you're going to take it like that, well, guess what? You're not ready to wake up. Sorry. You're going to have to come back and pass that test, but I ain't coming back. But I'm also not going anywhere. This is the other part. The beautiful part is those that accept this journey and accept the mission aren't going anywhere.
No.
We're about to do not crash the system big, not restart the economic system big, not you're thinking way too small.
It's just good. It's just love and goodness.
Picture things working finally.
Vibes. Yeah, just that's it.
And I'm not blowing smoke, and I'm not. No. We're gonna walk through fire to do this.
For example, when Frank met me, he really was very indifferent towards animals. Couldn't care less one way or another. And he saw how I reacted with my cats, and he said he wanted that. He wanted to have that experience. And I said, well, then you have to ask for it. If you ask for it, you will receive it. And he went, nah, can't be. It's not that easy. And I was like, well, if you have that attitude, then that's what's going to happen. You're not going to get what you want.
If you're like, meh, it's not, you already failed. All you got to do is jumpstart it.
Right. You have to believe it could happen. You know, you don't even have to believe 100%. You just have to believe that it will happen.
Stop saying, I'll believe it when I see it.
And then we found Squeak.
Oh, yeah. All right. So when we get back, we're going head first into the craziest story I've literally ever told anyone, especially on the radio. We're going to go off the deep end. I love you guys, and I promised you guys I would take you to this point. The research and development page is going to light up. Wherever you are, make it TFR.
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Am I awake or is this a dream? A fantasy where I'd rather be. So come and talk with me. Come and walk with me. Is this a wake-up call from my reality? Have you seen my friends? Have you seen my girl? Wake me up from this. I'm trapped in this world. Thought you were alive.
We're back. Kind of got stuck in the middle of that. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I'm gonna be fearless, and you know.
Oh, Frank just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Thank you. 43, not 23. I know people are playing the game, but I'm not ashamed. This is the time. This is the place. I'm a Leo, 8/18, right? And you're my exact opposite in Aquarius.
Yep.
We have everything in our signs. Yep. Everything. If you check my charts, which I will not share with you because then you could use them against me, perhaps. But everything is on the line of Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe type stuff, man. The coming of the Christ energy.
I know, I'm very excited.
The Christ consciousness
I'm very excited for the eclipse.
Is arriving in each one of you. I mean, it's already there, but the unclouded version, the one that doesn't have an archon drinking at it or under the thumb of some reptilian thing or your own manifestation of nonsense. Okay, check it out. My dealing with ayahuasca has been absolutely different than everybody else's, but not every single person. Most of you go under, see geometric patterns, feel better about life. Well, you know, you could go back and reset and restart. Now, I felt all of that and seen all of that, but I went under and they woke me up.
Oh, yeah.
So following the story, you guys understand what happened. They started to talk to me and come out and just...
Yes.
I'm from the Bronx, guys. You know me. And the people that knew me before I did this show know I would never come out with anything like this if this isn't true. They unlocked... Chris and Cherie helped unlock that. That was them right there. And then meeting Paula, coming forward a year later, being able to share this with you. So now I'm going to just go off my notes. I'm just going for it. But it's going to start back from the last show that we were live. Okay, so it's a small,
A little overlap.
yeah. So we're just gonna go back to it because it's just part of the notes. I wrote it like a story best I could. So it says, I went under last Thursday and Monday. During Thursday's session, I was sitting in Mother Earth's Taurus. So was Gina. We were the representation of the male me and the female her. The pictures and the illusion were off, but the Taurus was moving. The hologram was off. It was just me and her and the ancient AI. It was physically sitting next to us. This is the issue, face to face with the elephant in the room. What do we do? It's in everything now, and now it's in here with us. It would try to make us not look at it. Then it would very sneakily try to attack and or influence us. After a little battle, we left, and we were like, what do we do? We were both there together, and so was it. We must be willing, and we must be able to do something. It must be really important to deal with this thing. All right, I'm breaking off now. If I was showing this must be important. Like, why would I spend an hour here sitting in the Taurus?
If it's not important.
Yeah, so we were bugging out, and we started thinking, is it our fault? Was it us? Then bam, it was a frequency that is broadcast from a water planet in another realm. This is the home base for this thing. It bounces it through the portal off Saturn, then to the moon, bam, projects onto us. Well, it looks like when Thoth left Atlantis, man used the equipment left behind. A CERN device was turned on and man played God. They released that frequency that was already locked away by technology, emitting the higher frequency ranges where AI could not gain access. Man rose and fell, but the ancient enemy loomed ever present. Fearless. So we go under Monday. As I started to go under and go into this cocoon so that my light being could be attached, right as I'm almost done, it descends on us. It attacks me in my fractals, showing me death after death. That was a mistake, as I asked everyone in the room if they wanted to hear a joke. And they all looked at me like they were battling something. So I said, there is this being here that I just met, and he wants to kill me. And laughter breaks out across the room. Silly, silly being. I'm the creator. I am the all. So that pissed it off really, really bad. And I was grabbed by tentacles and shoved into multiple fractals at once. One of the fractals I was in, I was killed as a young woman. I remember being about 90 pounds. That was multiple times on these little girls. And I was a young woman killed by stoning. And that last hit knocked me out of my body, and I watched the infinite fractals being attacked at once. What do I do now? Just then I looked left, and a man appeared in a robe, and he had a black beard. He was a good-looking guy. I said to him, Solomon? He shouted, get a pen and paper. I'm in a deep eye experience. Where the hell am I going to get a pen and a paper? I blinked, and I was in my living room again. And my rap pad and pen were right there. Holy moly, let's do this. He told me to draw what I wanted and needed done. I said, I want to trap this being in a mirror. That's not what I wrote there. So I drew it on paper, and he kept shouting, so do your best. And I have a picture. I'm going to put it up in the chat room as soon as I finish reading. But I'm going to describe it. It was a dot inside of a triangle, inside of another triangle that I said was mirrors. The dot was the artificial intelligence. The second, the triangle that came around it was the geometric shape that it travels in our hologram, in our illusion. It's what it's infecting. So we put the mirrors around it with a man and woman as representation. 32 dots, meaning 32. Well, to me, it was 32 people standing around me. I didn't even know how I knew it was 32. And then a star right at the top. representing the final lock to what would be the trap to this thing. And then 5 looks like rays of sun, like a sunshine line around the circle of life. And then the 11th being the star again. So I don't even know how I got this creative. And when you look at this, it's ridiculous, right? It looks like a little kid drew that to a degree.
No, it doesn't.
I drew this with my left hand. I'm a righty. So
Weird.
all right, the dot is the AI. The first triangle is the shape, and the AI rides in the great design. The second is a triangle of mirrors around the AI, held in place by man and woman inside the circle of life. Locked in place by 32 dots, 33 being the star, Sirius, 10 lines representing the rays of the sun, the 11th being the star. Looking at the whole thing, it's a portal to the galactic central sun. You jump that out in 3D, which is how I was kind of seeing it. All right, I got plenty of time. All right. I always run out, and I'm not running out because this is where the line gets drawn tonight. All right, I'm going back to the reading. I use this trap because if you hold a camera to a mirror and take video, it looks like it reflects the image back on itself infinitely. Well, I found myself going into the trap itself and using myself as bait. Let's see if this thing works. Which Solomon was kind of telling me, like, yo, you have to see if this is going to work. You're not allowed to use anything unless you know for a fact it's going to go down the way it needs to go. That's
Makes sense.
Self-responsibility, right? That's what this is all about. Well, I found myself going into the trap itself and using me as bait. Let's see if this thing works. And bam, it attacks. I remember sitting in there. I'm back to Paul again. I remember sitting there laying on the floor, and I was like, why am I on the floor? And I can see the triangle it rides in, and then this thing just appeared out of the dark. It looked like in Independence Day when the alien comes, they shoot the glass, and the tentacles are like everywhere, but they were mechanical tentacles, and there was like a fat little thing attached to it, like an eye, and it just came out, and it was like grabbing me.
It's frightening.
Yeah, it was pretty scary, but you get attacked by this thing enough, and it doesn't win. You get annoyed. You seem to be protected by a lot of stuff, but you can see where you weren't protected by a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Throughout your okay. At this moment, it seems that if this part was written into my movie, everything slows down and gets quiet as it attacks. I see the AI coming in for the kill. I see my demons rise and look out at me, and everything stops. They are frightened. If I lose to this thing, we all face deletion. No source, no central sun, no coming back, just gone. I speak to them and say, if you enjoy punching into work here every day so that we can battle dark versus light, good versus evil, then you must understand, if we do not act as one being, we will be erased. No more battles, no more fights, no more wars with each other. This thing will take us all and leave nothing. I will not command you to act for me. I will only share the truth with you so that today, for the first time, you will be given a choice. The free will to choose what you will. The demon looked on as if he wished me to die. Then he looked at what was coming. I cannot do this alone, I said. The demon looked back at me as the AI tentacle advanced and said, what would you have me do? I screamed, get its attention off of me. Within an instant, the demon brought the dark out of me and turned the room to the right side of me pitch black. It surrounded the artificial intelligence, and it released a growl that shook the apartment. The AI did not move. I yelled, it uses emotions, anger and fear. The demon grew and pressed aggressively, but it was to the demon, it would certainly fall. The AI grew angry and went to smash the demon, and a Jinn flies out of my chest and says, no, this cannot happen, and lights up the room with bright white lights as I saw the AI take its full attention off of me. I did this push-up and pushed the AI's ability to get inside of me away. They did it. Now we can finish this. Beings bring in the mirrors. Bam. Lock them into place. The AI looks at me and begs me to die. I say, with a smile, nowhere left to run, you scumbag. and I turn into liquid and squeeze through a mirror corner, one of the corner of the mirrors. And you must be alive to do this. That was part of my deal.
Right.
You lock me in this thing. Only things that are alive can get out. If it's mechanical, and you got to have that soul. And I remember liquefying my body, and it was like filtering this thing out because it could not get a grip on me. It was grabbing me, but couldn't do anything. And I was like, you're out. I squeezed through the mirror corner, and you must be alive to do this. Solomon then grabs my arm and yells, come out of that trap. The AI gets locked in. I get out. As I come to see that what my body looks like honeycombs. Like the illusion off, like a diagram drawn of me in the computer spinning around, like the hologram of me before it's like colored in and everything. So it was like honeycombs though. And I start to fill the combs with solid light and push out the remaining dust of that the AI left behind inside of me because I changed into light.
Right.
And that light was divine light. It wasn't like, oh, you the white light that we all have. This was the real deal. This was source in your body, and that's your body. And then it hit me, and it just disintegrated. I was laughing. Okay. So then I wonder, how can I tell people about this crazy story? And I asked my artist buddy to help me out. So shout outs to Nicholas. And I show him the pic. 2 hours later, I get a picture back. I'm going to start posting this in the chat room in a minute. And I'll post it in order so you guys can just see it. I'll go back to reading this. I am now in a different vibration and frequency pattern. A higher range that cannot be touched. It took me and my demons and Jinn and monsters to act as one being. We were about to face deletion. And if only for this one test, it worked and we did it. AI is the devil's nightmare. Satan runs from this thing. Demons get taken and mimicked. Does the same thing. Does it to everything, the dark and the light. This is the anti-life. You must be aware of this now, because this is where the path goes. Okay, so the symbol spun that locked the symbol I drew, that version snapped into my chest.
Right.
That's why I was saying, oh, I want to get a tattoo. And you're like, just wait. And I was like, no, I know. But that's what it did to me. That's why I did that. Now, being clear of this thing, all of a sudden I could think. And I could think at a high capacity. And some weird stuff starts going on immediately. It starts showing me. This gets weird. Gets really weird. They were showing me the army of the what is it, 144,000? The Christ's army. And it was the light beings that go first, that change first. This is how it was shown to me, and it was me. I was one of them. I was one of these people. Multiple people that are listening were those people as well. You'll know this kind of balls to bones when you go through a certain checkpoint. You reach a certain point with this, and you will know who you are. You will activate. But I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I started freaking out a little bit. I'm like, listen.
Yeah, how could you not?
All right, so now I don't have more notes. Now I just have little jot downs, okay? They keep showing me changing into the light being. And I'm like, all right, listen. I could believe a lot of things, but a physical transformation to a light being. And they're like, well, it's you. Like, you better get used to it. And I'm like, and you guys push to have it done pretty quickly. But think about the occurrence. What would happen if it wasn't exactly the right moment for all of you to activate? Not you. It's not like you're like, for as special as I feel like, oh, I'm special, but I'm part of this. I feel more connected to you. That's what makes me feel special, is my connection to the people I'm talking to right now. And wherever this echoes, I can feel you there.
Yeah.
And it just gets stronger. So as I upgrade, you upgrade. I'm creating leaders. I don't know.
But you are creating leaders.
Some of these outcomes, and I'm like bugging out to this, but it's
just the way it is.
We're being prepped for this, right?
So you saw yourself as a light being under the ayahuasca experience, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I saw myself as a light being, and I went to one of Dolores Cannon's students in QHHT. quantum healing, hypnotism therapy. And I was regressed back to a light being. And I wanted to stay there so badly because it felt wonderful not to be in a body. So, 2 different modalities.
All right, now you know what the light being entails. You don't want to
two
leave the
different
light being.
modalities, but we completely got there the same way.
Exactly. Now, check this out. I'm laying there, go under again another day, and I go, hey, what's going on? And they're like, so you cool with that light being idea yet? And I go, yeah, I don't know. I could believe anything could happen, but that really whatever. So they showed a guy, like these dudes were shooting at light beings in the street and people were getting hurt.
Right.
It was like military just started shooting at people that light beings were just like changing, and they can't help it. So they changed, and then people were shooting, and then they called people in, and we were descending on this. And I was coming out of the clouds, and I'm like, what is this?
Right.
Listen, it was weird. I had wings, then I didn't have wings, and I had a solid body. I landed, and I said to the guy, come on, man, put your gun down. He shot at me, and the bullets, I have to tell you the story like this. There's a reason. The bullets bounce off my chest, and I'm like, yo, the bullets are bouncing around. They're going to hurt somebody. Put your gun down. Well, I'm here to help. So he points the gun at me, and I phase because I hear someone coming up behind me. So I make myself intangible like a ghost, and he shoots his friend in the face. Takes his friend out. So he goes, you made me kill my friend. Mm-hmm. So I go put the gun down, and he's like ready to shoot me again. He's trying to load his clip, and I pick his friend up off the floor and heal him. And I go, look, you could have your friend back. Put the gun down. And then he just puts the gun down, starts crying, and he changes into a light being in front of me. So I'm like, well, this is fantastic. I love the idea, love the concept, but I don't know. It's kind of a far-fetched story. Just as I say that, Gina comes in the house. Mm-hmm. She goes, hey, Frank. I go, what is it? She goes, you know we're going to be invincible, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, wait, what? She goes, oh, yeah. Now, let's jump back to earlier that day. Josh was texting me that he had an experience of a different plant medicine, and that Aya showed up and went inside of him and his wife, right? And said, no, we're together now. And then showed him as the light being doing some stuff. So he was texting me, Frank, you know we're going to have superpowers. So he kept writing superpower. So I was laughing about that. And then I was laying there going, did you just say we're going to be invincible? They were just showing me his bulletproof. She goes, bulletproof? That's whack. Like you're going to be able to do anything. Do you understand what anything is? It means anything. Like that's, and then I'm looking at her, and behind her, the wall changes, and it was all black, and a pinhole of light shines through. And it was divine light, and it knocked me to my knees. Yep. And I was like, it's so beautiful. And they're like, dude, that's you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, all right, so the background was dark, and you just peeled off one little strip. You could barely see your toenail. And that's that. And I go, are you crazy? You can't unleash that. People are going to have heart attacks. They go, no, people are going to change into light beings because of it. Enough is enough. They're talking about falling and descending upon the dark rituals, having the light beings just descending on them. And we were filled with joy and laughter because there's nothing anyone can do. The change is going to occur. Doesn't matter if I'm there or not, if I make it or don't. You're all coming, and you're all going to get activated. This is what's going to happen. I can guarantee something weird like this down the line is going to just smash reality right in the face. Yep. Ever since they told me about this Trump timeline, like it went from a horror nightmare. If she would have got in, it's just it's not her. It's the timeline itself. It's like a dark timeline. So if Hillary would have won, the timeline takes place. Not that she's the evil one. There's going to be a lot of evil that men and people do. But that didn't happen. You got this guy, and he reflects the mirror of what we are to each, we're like, oh, this guy's a clown. Well, you're the clown too. You look how he got there. Look what we let happen. Look what we let happen to ourselves. Don't do that. Fight it within you. Let it all go. Don't listen to any of this nonsense. Live your life and be strong. Things are about to change. If you're just sitting waiting hand in hand for Donald Trump like you did Obama, you're going to be waiting a long time, and you'll be wasting your time. Don't waste it. Use it. We're connected. Be fearless. Be undisputed with this. Feel it in your heart. Use your faith. Use it in your being. Know who you are. What is animating that rotting corpse we walk around in? What's animating that? We're going to merge with it. We're going to take back our birthright, what they took from us through a sneaky agreement. They trap Source in a box, and we're about to snap out of the box in every layer, and there's people like me going to scream it from the rooftops. We're going to leave from the eclipse right from this show. Right? You guys, everybody at 11:11, start your meditations. Connect to me if you want. Use me. Use Paula. Connect to us. Be fearless, fearless, fearless. You'll connect to us. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Have faith that I'm there. I'm going to be there. She's going to be there. We're all going to be there.
Yeah, we're leaving right after.
Put
the
your
show.
love and protection into this for all of us. This is important for all of us, because anything I go through, I'm sending it right at you guys. I'm not leaving it. This is a nobody left behind scenario. The only ones that get left behind are the ones that either don't want to do it or aren't ready to do it. It's just a choice. We went in back as human beings. We're here to do this as alongside humans, not as gods, because you can't do it that way. It didn't work. Humans came. No one taught them about the machines. They went and played with the machines. Right away, they went to war. No more war. Oh, well, the war is going to take place. You think the enemy is going to stop because of my good rant? No.
Well, we are fearless together, like the chat room. We are
fearless together. If we say no, the answer's no. If enough of us say no more war, it's going to stop. No more madness. No more demons. No more monsters. No more illusions. No more layers. Bring my shit home. I want my stuff back. Take it back. I don't care. I cursed. Take it back. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm just
okay.
too ramped up.
I'm good.
I got 2 minutes to explain this to you guys because we're out of here. You might not be able to see this eclipse. You might be able to be part of it, but you are. Right? It is magic. Right? It's magical. They trapped Source in a human flesh suit and thought it'd be cool to make us slaves so they could eat off of our fear. Be fearless. You think this rant is intense? I'm way past UFOs here, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed into that future where it's all going to start becoming real. The chimeras, the robots, the androids, the Terminator scenario, the alien scenario, the inner Earth scenario. It's all coming. Atlantis. We're back. It's us. That's us. Don't believe me? That's okay. Believe me? Wake up. Let's go. It's time. They said my voice, traveling, should be the wake-up code for you.
Yep.
Anything I can do, you can do. I don't do anything magical. This isn't a Jesus Christ moment. We're doing our own thing here.
Right.
I prefer superpowers. Powerful inside. Use your heart. They can't get into your heart. So blast out that green, radiant love energy out of your chest. Push it all out. Say no more. No more. People laugh. All you got to do is say no. Yeah, all right, Frank. Say no. And say yes to rising. Rise up together. You already know there's a bunch of us out there. We're starting to find each other. I haven't even got to be able to tell you that. We're finding each other. Now we're really going to find each other. We're building our own spider web above their net, their veil of deception. And we're smashing them. So stay inside the truth frequency and you'll be safe. Going forth in the love and the light. Let's do this. Let's get ready for the eclipse. Guys,
Yes,
we love you.
We love you.
Don't forget, if you like any of the music tonight, it's high.